So what do we think of Chris Holtmann now? He had a lot of success at Butler, Ohio State's first-year coach, hired in June. Maybe wasn't the over-the-top home run hire that people thought, but certainly everyone acknowledged was a very solid hire in the moment. Doug Lesmerises, Bill Landis. Now that they've beaten number one, now that we see this program where it is Chris Holtmann maybe even better than you thought he was, Bill?
Yeah, I think so. I think the bar was set pretty low, and probably too low in hindsight, so that helps the perception a little bit. But the one thing I do think that he's doing is he's not kind of just like running what he wants to run and doing the stuff that he's always done in his career. I think he's running what fits this team, and it's a sort of a simple thing to say, but I don't think every coach does that. I think there are a lot of coaches who just try to shoehorn a group of players into something that doesn't fit them, and he's not doing that. And I think that's highlighted by the fact that they don't have a point guard. Andrew Dockich and C.J. Jackson have looked like competent ball handlers in the Big Ten. And I give Chris Holtmann, who is like the de facto point guard coach, a lot of credit for that. So I think he's done a good job of putting this team in the right position. And he wasn't doing that, I don't think, early in the year, but over the last 10 games or so, I think he has.
I thought Thad Matta shouldn't have been fired in the moment. I question Chris Holtmann's ability to recruit at the Ohio State level instead of the Butler level. But here's a point I want to make. Everybody out there who was going gaga for Archie Miller, 9-7 at Indiana, 2-2 in the Big Ten. Archie Miller, who lost like a terrible in-state game this year already. Like, chill out a little bit. I thought that was a little over the top, that a lot of people I thought in the moment thought the worst thing about the way it went down at Ohio State was that they missed out on Archie Miller. You're good. Like, you're good. And I think this guy has done like everything right so far. Yeah. Like, it doesn't mean that he's Mike Krzyzewski. I think he has done, in his first half of a season, thrust into a tough spot, like almost every single thing right.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway so far is like they're getting better, and that's a very simple thing to say. But Ohio State over the last few years did not always get better. Sometimes they got worse. More often than not, they were just kind of stagnant. And you see legitimate improvement, I think, in every single one of the guys on this roster. Even like guys like Cam Williams, who's been here for 5 years and not made much improvement. Keita Bates-Diop certainly is playing at a possible like NBA level. And you just see individual improvement from guys that's probably more maybe Holtmann's assistant than it is just him. But I think that's not something to be taken for granted, as you're seeing a team overall trending in the right direction, but individual players also making progress.
And beyond this team looking good, I think Ohio State fans should feel like they got a guy here. Because it's not just about this year, obviously. It's about the program. It's about, can this guy get Ohio State back to where it was? So far, I think there's a lot of reasons to have a lot of faith in Chris Holtmann. Bill Landis, Doug Lesmerises, keep watching at cleveland.com and reading our stories. Bye.